Welcome back to the Barry Charles Footy Show, your one-stop shop for everything rugby league. Yes, it's been a little while, folks, but I'm back and we're ready to rock and roll with rugby league circles. The Tigers, are they heading for another wooden spoon? Are the Warriors on their way on the outer? Premiership hopes are done and dusted. Is it time for a change of fullback? This and more right here, right now, and I'll talk about the Queensland Origin teams I would be picking right here, right now. Let's get to it here at the Barry Charles Footy Show. Let's get to it, yes. Obviously, one of the first things we've got to talk about is David Fifita. Where is he going to end up? Simple as this, Penrith Roosters. There's no way you stay at the Titans. There's no way, unless you want to holiday your life, live your life, cruisy, happy days. If you want to win a premiership, you have to go to one of those two clubs. Which one is on the rise? Well, you still got Cleary. Still got another 10 years in his prime. Question mark over the number 6, who that's going to be. There's going to be a big question mark. Roosters, on the other hand, also have question marks over their experience they have in the 6 jersey and losing a lot of players. So it's a tough one. But I think for Fifita, Penrith is the way to go if you want to get your best out of your football. I think if he goes to the Roosters, he might get in that Bondi culture and it won't be good for anybody. So that's probably the question mark I have over Fifita. Obviously, but what about the Tigers? Yes, after not a pretty good start, but they are starting to go backwards. They lost to the Bulldogs on the weekend, even though Bulldogs are probably a better team than what people were thinking. I think they're a potential top 8 team. But again, I'm looking at the teams behind them. I think the Titans are going better than them. And the Rabbitohs have so much class to return. Now, the Mitchells here, but obviously they got the likes of Campbell Graham and the likes Jair and the likes to return at some point. So they could really turn their season around later in the season and get themselves off the wooden spoon. But the Tigers are definitely... Another team on the way to wooden spoon, if they don't turn it around soon, is the Warriors. All the big talk about Webster being the champion coach, well, he's going to have to start delivering on that. Because once for the Warriors is typical, but long-term success has been the question for the Warriors. And again, it looks like it's going to be a case of the old Warriors have returned. I'm not saying they're not playing bad football. Now, that's the difference. They get twisted. They're not playing bad football, but I remember in Kearney's era, they were playing similar football, but were losing a lot of games like this. And they were defensively pretty good. So this is a big test for Andrew Webster in his coaching career. This is the first time he's really got... Has he got the gumption in his coaching to stick with what he believes in? And they're going to turn it around. But sometimes you need to make the change. And there's Roger Tuafasa-Sheck need to go back to fullback for that to happen. He was outstanding when he played there. But where do you put Nickel Clockstad? Does he go into the centres and then who do you drop? That is the question mark he has going on. And Tuapiki was playing pretty good football, even though they lost as well. So there's some question marks. You've got the young Ali, who could be a centre as well. There's got to be some hard questions made there. I know they've got a few injuries. Obviously missing the likes of Nia Kure and the likes Bunty. But they really need to go to another level somehow. Warriors, well, concussion for Bunty. But they really need to find something. And the young guns. And obviously Luke Metcalf, I think that's a forgotten injury in this thing. Once he went down, it's gone pear-shaped. Te Maire Martin is not a number 6. Don't get it twisted. He's a number 7. And he's really more of a backup 7 than a starting 7. They need to make that change. Do they have a number 6 in their ranks? The only one I can think of is Chanel. But if there's a young gun 6, I think they need to put him in there. Because it's not working at the moment with the 2 7s in play. It's just not working. They need a different point of attack. Te Maire Martin's too much of a Johnson at a lower level. They need someone that's a runner. And it's been proven in this day and age. The best ones is a dominating 7 with a runner at number 6. And that's the best teams get it done that way. And the Roosters might be finally realising that with their squad. But yes, there's a lot of work for the Warriors to do. They really need to turn it around. But I am not confident it's going to be this week. They really need to do something though. But premiership hopes are gone. But they're gone a few weeks ago, but they're absolutely struggling to even make the top 8 now. They're more, but the question mark, it only takes one game to get them going, and they could turn it around. and potentially, I'm not saying top 4, but they can make the top 8. But they need to get a win soon. If they don't, there's going to be a very long season ahead. Well, I have missed the last week or so, but Paul Kent, obviously, what's doing there? Absolute madness seems with the public fight flipping around like he was trying to be in a UFC fighter. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm not sure what's happening there. Just absolute madness. Obviously has alcohol and anger issues that he needs to deal with. So good luck to you on that, Kenty. Hopefully you get that sorted. But yes, New South Wales versus Queensland. Who are my teams for this one? Well, I have flipped the script and I've joined the bandwagon, you could say. I'm not going to say the bandwagon, but I'm going to say Dylan Edwards is my pick. He's been absolutely outstanding for far too long. He has to be picked. Tedesco's days are over. Absolutely. Tedesco days are over. He hasn't been the one winning it for the Roosters. Dylan Edwards is the fullback for New South Wales. Has got to be. Whether that happens, I don't think so. But anyway, on the wings, I'm controversially leaving out a player here. I am going for speed, out and out speed, because that's what Queensland are going to bring. And Tommy Turbo and Josh Adokar, out and out speed and playing brilliant football and try attacking flair. That's what they've been missing. Brian To'o, even though he's a great player and makes a lot of yardage, they've got other players in this team like Crichton and my selections here. They can do the hard yards for Adokar. Matt Burden and Crichton are my centres. Yes, Matt Burden's been in terrific form this season. You could argue he could even play six, but I'm actually going to go for a veteran here because I think New South Wales needs someone to put a stalemate in this, and he played a great game 3. I know this team are right at the bottom of the ladder and you're going, you're kidding me why you're picking this guy, but I'm picking Cody Walker every day, and it was the same last year. Cody Walker is my number 6. You just need someone that's going to play their razzle-dazzle footy. Let Nathan Cleary do all the thinking for him. Cody Walker just gets the ball when he needs it, when he wants, just like Munster. And that is the recipe for a New South Wales victory. If they go with a Nico Hines, Mitchell Moses type player if he comes back in time, those sort of players, it ain't going to happen. New South Wales will lose again. They need a Cody Walker type player. Absolutely need to go for him. If you want to go for someone right out of the backfield here, Lachlan Galvin, that type of player, they need someone. Luke Metcalf, if he was fit, that type of player is what New South Wales need as a number 6. Someone like that who's going to do that sort of running play. Nico Hines can do that. I can potentially see Nico Hines doing that. So then obviously Jerome Luai is not without a hope as well. Forwards, well, he continues to not get picked, and there must be something up there. But Clemmer, to me, is just absolutely what New South Wales need. They need an absolute out-and-out rampage machine. And he was outstanding when he played for them. I think him and Payne Haas would be absolutely terrorising for the Queensland team. I wouldn't want to be facing him at his best. That's who I'll be picking. And my absolute bolter for this team, and I think he's still playing well even though the team's losing, Wade Egan would be my number 9 for New South Wales. Absolutely playing out of his skin. You could argue you want the Penrith connection. You could put Mitch Kenny in there as an option. There's also Reece Robson, but I haven't got either of those two in my team at all. Payne Haas is another prop. And then I think the back 3 nearly picked themselves. Angus Crichton, Liam Martin, and I just think Jack Trbojevic is just that dog, absolute dog you need in your squad. And to me, he's my food team. So 14 is Nico Hines. I think people question mark what he can do. I think he can play a lot of positions. I think he's underrated. He can play fullback. He can play in the halves. He can play number 9. He can play a roving 13 player. I just think Nico Hines was just not obviously playing in the centres. I don't think is his position. That's what I've got. I've got another little man in the team, Cameron McGuinness. He can play anywhere in the football field. He'll do the hard yards from centre to hooker to front row, back row lock. He will cover a lot of positions. I know age is not on his side, but if you want to win a series today, I'd put him in. Stefano and Isaiah Yeo are my other 2. Unlucky players, well, to be honest, if Ryan Pappenhausen wasn't injured, he would be my top pick in front of Edwards. I just think he is the razzle-dazzle. Latrell Mitchell was definitely X-factor. If he can get back to some sort of form, definitely can be a chance. And Kohler, again, another one I think who's been playing very good football for Manly and really is playing good enough footy to potentially be in the squad as well. Let's look at Queensland quickly. Reece Walsh. This is a pretty simple team. Salon Colmer and Xavier Coates on the wing. With Hamiso and Valentine Holmes, you have Murray Talangi is back up there. Cameron Munster's back up as Todd Dearden and Ben Hunt, obviously. There's Cameron Munster and Cherry Evans in the halves. And props, Bledgar and Collins, if they're all fit and going. Harry Grant, Felice Kafusi, David Fifita for me, and Patrick Carrigan. And the bench of Ben Hunt, Jaden Sewer, Mo Futuaka. I think you just need a big lad in the squad here. Ruben Cotter, which is leaving out the likes of Jeremiah and Nanai, who at times have been a little bit hot and cold. But obviously Murray Talangi and Tom Dearden and Sam Walker all pushing towards the older generation out the door, but it's not going to be this season, but they might be after this. New South Wales can bridge a win in this series. We will see. But anyway, again to my tips for the weekend. Quickly, Dolphins. Can they continue their surge up the ladder? I think they can. I think they can get it done against Manly, who have been a very hot and cold team. But I did pick them to win the wooden spoon, and they're starting to go trajectory is backwards again. Well, Anthony Seibold last this season. Panthers should be way too good for the Bulldogs. So I'm not going to say way too good. I think Bulldogs are better than what people were thinking, but Panthers by 12. Eels and Broncos is a very tough game. Both number 7s are out, but I think Broncos should get it done. Listen, the next game I have absolutely no clue. The Tigers versus the Knights. You'd probably argue Knights are probably in better form than the Tigers here, but I'm going to go for Tigers at home. We will see. If the Tigers lose this game, they are close to wooden spoon favourites for mine. Rabbitohs, can they turn it around against the Dragons? They potentially can, but I just don't see it. I just don't know if they got the heart at the moment. Dragons by 18 for mine. But Dragons are due for a bad game, so we will see. Roosters, Warriors is going to be a bloodbath. I think the Warriors are absolutely look like they're on the brink of collapse at the moment. Absolutely just can't find a way to win, and they might just get blown away here by the Roosters by 30. And all the previous seasons have been no good. And to finish this off, Titans for the upset over the Cowboys. Anyway, enjoy your footy over the week. Let's get ready for the great origin that comes shortly. Anyway, have a great day out there, and I'll be back shortly.